Hello, dear friends and lovers of freedom. My greetings to each and every one of you. How are you all doing? I'm not happy. I know that no Biafran is happy, and I know that no lover of freedom is happy because of what the zoo under Buhari has done by kidnapping our leader, an innocent man, a man of the people, a man that loves his people, a man that loves Biafrans with passion, kidnapping him from Kenya. But the zoo made a mistake. They break international laws and protocols. They have no right to do what they did. British government might be trying to cover them up, but the damage is done. The Canadian Justice Minister is very much annoyed with the zoo, and he has disgraced the zoo and the leaders of the zoo. The Attorney General of the zoo, Malami, is in shame because of what he did. He has been disgraced internationally. The leaders of the zoo has been disgraced internationally. The zoo mega area is finished. In the eyes of the international world, the zoo is a laughing stock. Illiterate leaders who does not know laws, international laws, they have no idea how things are being done. They thought that the world is still in dark ages, that you can go to another country because you have the money to bribe other corrupt leaders like yourself. You bribe them with our oil money, and you then kidnap a UK citizen, kidnap him and brought him to Nigeria, and this is the downfall of the zoo government, because it is a disgrace to the world that a leader, a president of a country, will act in this unruly way. The problem of Nigeria has always been the Fulanis, and the whole world know about this. The whole world know about this. The Fulanis are messing up Nigeria. This set of people are nomadics in nature. They are not educated. You don't entrust such people with power. They will mess up everybody. They will mess up everything. They will destroy the good things that they made in place. Look at all the good things that Goodluck Jonathan did. This Buhari administration have messed up everything. Nigeria is poorer than he made it. Nigerians are poorer than he made them. Everything he made, he has destroyed. The economy is shattered. The value of the naira is worthless. Nothing is working. Lot of people has been displaced. ID camps everywhere. Citizens are being killed and murdered. Ransoms are being paid in quantities of dollars. And nobody is doing anything, and there's no hope for the future. People are dying of hunger. People are dying of lack of medical care. People are dying for different kinds of illness and diseases. Since the inception of Buhari's regime, a lot of evil has come upon Nigeria. A lot of evil. The worst government, the worst president Nigeria has ever produced. And the second worst is the Buhari administration when he was a military man. His first and his second in the running affairs of the zoo. But he have made a blunder by arresting an innocent man, a righteous man, a UK citizen. He made a blunder, a very big blunder. He had destroyed his legacy. If I thought there is any legacy he's going to keep. The little thing he did was just an infrastructure development. I give it to him. His infrastructure development in 6 years, at numbers what PDP have done in 16 years, I give it to him. Infrastructure, he did very well. I give it to him. But he didn't do anything in the southeast, mind you. But what he did in the north, and in the southwest, and some places in the south, he did very well on these areas. And the little he did in Southeast, is greater and better than all that PDP has done for Southeast in 16 years. This is my stand, and I can answer for it anywhere, anytime. That doesn't make me to love him. He's a wicked man. Buhari has killed Igbos in thousands. He have destroyed Igbo businesses. He have leached his hatred on Igbo. Because of his hatred for the Igbos, he doesn't want anything Igbo. He called us a dot in a circle. What audacity. What nonsense. This is an old man, a very old man, that by this time, he should be doing good things. Because he don't know when he's going to meet his creator. By this stage in his life, he should be doing great things. Arranging things is poet. Befriending people, making people happy. Making his way straight. But no, instead, he's doing the worst. Showing wickedness. Showing hatred. What a man! What a man! And this is happening when Igbos has no leader. This set of Igbo leaders are the worst in history of the Igbo people. Since Eri, the son of God, the son of Abraham, came to Igbo land and established Igbo tribe, we have never had this set of foolish and coward governors in the person of Hekezie Ikpeazu, in the person of Devo Mai, in the person of Obiano, Willie Obiano, in the person of Ugwuanyi, in the person of the Supreme Court Governor of Imo State. Governors of them. These 5 charlatans are the worst governors Igbos have ever had in history. You keep and stand and look. You stand at Akimbo, where the Fulanis are killing your younger ones, your young people, the youth of your land. You keep quiet. Because you are looking at 2023 presidency. And the thousands of Igbos are being killed and massacred and decimated. And you keep quiet. What kind of human beings are you people? Are you not born of a woman? Don't you have children? Don't you have siblings? Why keep quiet? Why this evil keep going on? Because of your interest in 2023 presidency. What nonsense. What nonsense! And this Ohaneze under Obiazo is the worst I have ever experienced, I've ever seen since I was born. I keep on saying it. Yes, Nyawodo was a saboteur, as he said. He said it himself. But then, his leadership is by far better than this of Obiazo of a man. What a coward. They all keep quiet. The people who are speaking for us are people from the southwest. The likes of Faneka, the likes of Soyinka. These are the people who are speaking for us. Our leaders have kept quiet because they are taking of 2023 presidency, where their young ones are being killed and destroyed. And they are afraid of the Fulanis. Our problem in Nigeria is the Fulanis only. Not the Yorubas, not the Hausas, not the Kenuri, not the TV, not anybody, but the Fulanis who came to Nigeria just 400 years ago and have decided to take over Nigeria, to kill indigenous people and take over our ancestral lands. And we said no. Now the kind said no, and they have been targeting him. They have been targeting him. They came to kill him in 2017. God said no. He escaped. They have been targeting to kill him. And now, they made the worst blunder by going to Kenya to kidnap an innocent man, a man of God. The greatest man God ever created. The greatest man to have walked on the surface of the planet Earth. The righteous one. They went to kidnap him and brought him to Nigeria. And by this shameful act, the world is looking at Nigeria. The world is looking at Nigeria as a useless country. The world is laughing at Nigeria. The world is ashamed to be associated with Nigeria. The Canadian Prime Justice Minister have disgraced Nigeria and called them all kind of unprinted names. Malami he called a disgrace to law. What a shame. Nothing was happened to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. On the 27th, we are all marching to Abuja to pay solidarity to the Ohamadike, one of Biafra land. the greatest among the greatest. Fellow Biafrans, I know nobody is happy. I'm not happy. But on the 27th, we will meet at Abuja.